Tonight on this episode of Breakdown, we are going to look at the song Save Me. It's a big song, so let's get into it.
I'm into it.
For most songs, I kind of have blocked out like the writing process of them. Like there's like a couple things that stand out, but this one was a fucking disaster. It was all over the place, and I remember pretty much every part and how it got put together, because a lot of these parts the Rev wrote, but they were arranged in these crazy ways where it didn't really flow very well. It was just all over the place. So I remember the initial beginning, the da 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 da. We had written literally right after the White Album, and we actually went on tour on the White Album, and Jimmy, we would play that.
Played on stage, yeah.
We played on stage, and he would do the da 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 da, and we just do it in drop D. And we all said, well, on the next record, we're going to write a song with that. And you and me never got around to it. No one else got around to it. And then Jimmy was secretly stealing that part to use it. And I'm glad that he did, because we would have probably not known what to do with it. That beginning always kind of reminded me of like Korn, Blind.
Totally.
You know, like something that I'm sure if you asked him, I'm sure that was a huge influence. I remember when we got that record, and it's cool to do something like that. So let's jump into it, and then when we get to a part that's like noteworthy, I guess, of some weird arrangement, then we can get to that. But
simple.
I mean, such a gothic vibe to this.
Yeah.
Just the notes, the chords are all so fucking funky.
Right. Key changes.
And this was all based off of chords that he wanted to use. And then your job was to write notes that made it all seem like it worked.
Yeah, and if you listen to these harmonies, like without, let's see, I don't even know where the hell all this stuff is. Like there's a bunch of guitar things happening, like here. It sounds like Ozzy to me now, but I didn't think of that at the time.
Yeah.
Weird chords. Chords up there, but it all lends to those weird harmonies, you know? And we'd never arranged metal, like what we call duals, like the harmony guitars with that stuff under it like that before.
So let's bring up that's like a synthetic vocal, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it was Ozzy-esque.
Totally.
Just a keyboard. Voices.
Yeah. Was this from your keyboard?
Yeah.
Did we take it?
So we took it from like a motif rack or something, or we took it from a keyboard, and then we didn't find anything we liked better. So we probably had a little demo-itis.
Yeah.
And we just liked it better. Another thing for my keyboard.
Yeah. Yeah, we wanted these little, I guess they're called pizzicato strings, where you kind of pluck the strings. Why are there so many? That was like one track. There's just a billion of these things.
You know what I think it is? I think we liked what I had on the keyboard, and then we had some violin players play it. Then we just stuck our old one back in anyways. And we kept it all in there.
Bizarre, it's so much.
I think
because you hear the different octaves and stuff in there.
Well, and the real violin player added some, it felt real, like it's more authentic.
Yeah.
Didn't like the fake keyboard sound.
Totally, because it kind of sounded fake to me just then, or before you solo it up, it sounded fake. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, it's just so big.
I remember when Andy Walsh mixed that solo, he'd go hand to hand. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. I loved when Jimmy came up with these harmonies, because he does the harmony in the lead before, and then it kind of follows it. I'd never heard anything like that. The harmony going up. And this is straight. The harmonies are straight, but the lead is in quarter note triplets. And so it's just so fucking bizarre there. Thought that was very cute of him.
So Jimmy's whispers were always so cool, and he did some originally, but couldn't use them because I don't know what he was saying. It's like something.
Yeah.
So I had to do it over, but I could never really capture what he gets on the
Yeah,
whisper stuff.
he'd come in like early for his standards, like 3 o'clock p.m. our time, you know? I mean, this is towards the end of his life. You could just hear it in his voice every day. He'd demo things that he had written, and sadly, he couldn't execute a lot of these things too. His voice was just either like broken, cracking, or just, I mean, he was just up all night fucking going crazy, you know? Yeah.
Hit the bell.
Yeah.
So this vocal melody, I remember sitting in the room with, you know, us three just trying to figure out how to fucking sing over these chords.
Yeah, totally.
It was just so like...
Because it's the same chords, I think, as the intro, you know? And it's a lot easier to write guitar harmonies. And like if you sing those things over guitar harmonies, it doesn't sound good. It's not a real melody. It's like 2 different ways. So we went back and forth, right?
Yeah.
Remember when Jimmy came up with this one? Good.
That's why we repeated the word, because he had repeated his word.
Yeah.
It's cool. And then we all were really excited when we came up with these melodies that...
I love this. To me, this is like full Beetlejuice rip right here.
Lost tonight, lost tonight.
It's awesome.
That's like one of the first times we were kind of experimenting with little ear bends there.
Yeah.
Kind of like, that's weird. Let's leave it.
Yeah, just not stacking the normal harmony or whatever. Yeah. I love how heavy that part was.
Okay. This is the first like weird left turn that we're gonna have to talk about. So originally his chorus was the end of the song, "Tonight the World."
Right.
So the "Tonight We All Die Young" was his chorus. It was supposed to go from that part into the piano part. And we were kind of at a stalemate because it wasn't working. I liked that part, but it wasn't a chorus. And I remember Def Leppard came on and Photograph came on. And just the idea of the photograph. So I wanted to write something like Photograph. And so we wrote the Save Me chorus. And like the idea of background vocals being the main, but like being in the background still.
You wrote it in 4. Like it was, save me. I can't even do it right now. But it was standard, and we're like, well, it doesn't work there either.
Yeah.
You know, so we're like, well, let's try it.
It didn't work for a long time for some reason. Yeah.
And we finally decided to try it in 3. Have to bring up that demo if we can find it. We got it somewhere. Maybe splice it in. I love that chorus, by the way. From the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, that's a fucking smash hit. And then we put in, obviously, a 12-minute song. Not so much, but once it went to 3, I was like, oh, even fucking better. So it comes out of here into this. Just makes it more kind of passionate, I think.
That's why the vocal's a little like the weird.
Yeah.
Da, da, da.
Get those harmonies. Listen to it back and forth. It's cool.
Save me. I'm losing my only dream. I can use some guiding light, some place to go. If you hear me, let me know.
Yeah, fucking awesome.
Yeah, so it is a little like it's interesting hearing that by itself that it's in this song, but it does add to the gothic feel of it.
It totally is, yeah.
Somehow.
It just clears it up. I think the in-betweens, I don't know if you had the actual answers, which is the single lines, completely dialed in at that point. So I think we all collaborated to keep that theme based on your idea or whatever. Yeah.
And there's really cool duels over it.
Oh yeah, let's listen to the guitar brethren fucking up shit here.
Oh, right there. Cool.
Fuck yeah. Straight out of the Baroque period. Fucking thanks, Bach.